Hi everybody, it's Mrs. Kemp here. In this video I am going to show you how to do 1 and 2 digit multiplication using the grid method. This video is aimed at second level, mostly at primary 6 and primary 7. If you're in primary 4 or 5 and really enthusiastic and confident with your multiplication and your times tables, then you might want to give this a shot. You'll need a pen or a pencil, a piece of paper or a whiteboard. If you've got squared paper handy, it's maybe a little bit easier to use that just to lay it out, but if you haven't, then plain paper will be just fine. Okay, let's get started. We're jumping straight in at a spicy level today because we need to be quite confident with what multiplication is and how it works before we get started. So, first of all, let's get ourselves a problem. 324 times 6. The first thing that I need to do is partition my larger number. So we've got 324. Next I'm going to create my grid. Put the times to show that we're multiplying our numbers. Put the 300, in the next section the 20, and in the next section the 4. You could think of it just like you would do with your hundreds, tens and ones columns. Underneath I'm going to put my 6. I'm then going to complete each part individually, starting with the ones. 6 times 4. If you're not confident with your tables, you might want to write out your 6 times tables just down the side first, so that you can easily refer back to them. Okay, 6 times 4 is 24. 6 times 20, I'm going to do 6 times 2, which is 12, and then multiply it by 10 to put the 0 back on, 120. The easy way to remember it, if there's 1 0 at the top here, you'll need 1 0 to be popped on the bottom. Next, the hundreds. 6 times 3. 6 times 3 is 18. I need to put 2 zeros on this time. 1800. The final step is to add all of these individual parts together. 1800, add 120, add 24. 4, 4, 9, 1. So the answer is 1944. Here's a couple for you to practice. I'll set them up for you and then you can finish them off. 724 times 7. I've partitioned the number. Don't need to do that one because it's only a single digit number. And I've set up the grid, the hundreds, tens and the ones. 724, and we're multiplying it by 7. Have a go at completing the grid and then finish off with the addition at the end to get your final answer. Pause the video and have a go now. Here's your workings to check. 7 times 4 is 28. 7 times 2 is 14, but we're doing 7 times 20, 140. 7 times 7 is 49. 7 times 700, therefore, will be 4900. If I add them together, $5,068. Here's another one. This time you need to do the partitioning and setting up of the grid by yourself. Pause the video and have a go. here's your answer. Let's check. 730 and 5. 730 and 5 times by 3. 3 times 5. 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 30. Well, 3 times 3 is 9. Turn it back into tens. 3 times 700. 3 times 7 is 21. It's 100, so it's going to be 2100. Add them together. 2100, add 90, add 15. Remember to carry the 1. Your answer is 22,005. Next, I'm going to show you how to do a 2-digit multiplication using the grid method. Let's do 763 times 25. We start the same way by partitioning 763, and here now we've got 20 and we've got 5. We set up our grid just the same, making sure we're leaving plenty of space with our hundreds, our tens and ones. But this time down the side we need tens and ones as well, because we've got tens and ones in our 2-digit number that we're multiplying. Let's put the numbers in. 760 and 3, and down here we've got 25. Okay, let's start off. 5 times 3 is 15. Next, 5 times 60. Well, 5 times 6 is 30. We're doing 5 times 60, so it will be 300. 5 times 700 will be 3,500. Okay. Next, we're going to go up onto the next level. 2 times 3 is 6. 20 times 3 is 60. 20 times 60 here, 20 times 60, 2 times 6 would be 12. 20 times 60 now, we've got to be careful here because both of these numbers are in the tens. Now we've essentially divided them both by 10 to make our calculation simpler. So 20 divided by 10 gives us the 2, and 60 divided by 10 gives us the 6. So once we've done our 2 times 6 to get 12, we then need to multiply them back up so that they're back where they were. And because we divided both the numbers by 10, we need to times by 10 twice to get our answer, and that's the same as timesing by 100. The easy way to remember it is if you've got 2 zeros here that you've taken off or set aside when you've done your initial calculation, you're going to need 2 zeros that you put back on afterwards. Same over here. 20 times 700. 2 times 7 is 14. We've got our 3 zeros there, so 3 zeros going on here. Okay, the next step is to add all of this together. I tend to find it easier just to add these columns up first. So 60 add 15 is 75. 1200 add 300 is 1500. 1500. And then just be careful with your lining up over here. 14,000 add 3,500 is 17,500. Then I'll put these in a column sum over here. 17,500 add 1,500 add 75. 5 add 5 is 10, carry your 1. 8, 9. And your answer is 19,075. Now that I've done a demonstration, let's have some practice. I'll get you started off with them and then you can finish. 649 times 42. We'll partition it first. 649. Down here we've got 49. and 2. We set up the grid. Now this time we're going to need to do our hundreds, tens and ones along the top, but we're also going to need our tens and ones down the side. It doesn't matter too much which order you put these ones in down the side. It's whatever makes the most sense for you. Let's fill in our numbers: 640 and 9. Down here, 40 and 2. Pause the video and have a go at completing the rest of the grid, and then remember to add all of your answers, your numbers together at the end. Okay, here's the answer for you to check. 2 times 9 is 18. 2 times 40 is 80. And 2 times 600 is 1200. Up into the 40s here. 40 times 9. Well, 4 times 9 is 36. And put our 0 back on. 40 times 40. 4 times 4 is 16. Now remember, both of these are tens, so we need to put both of those zeros back. And then 40 times 600. 4 times 6 is 24, and we've got the 2 zeros here from the hundreds, because 4 times 600 would be 2400, and the 0 from over here, so we've got 3 to put on this time. There we go, 24,000. Let's add them together. This one's quite large, so I'm going to do it in steps. 24,000, 1,600, 360. Add those first. 6, 9, 5, 2. Okay. And down here, this one's a bit easier, but we'll just show the calculation so that you're sure. 1,200. Add 80. Add 18. 8, 9, 2, 1. Okay. Let's add these two together. So this one here essentially is 649 times 40, and this one here is 649 times 2. So to get them all together, let's line them up. 1,298 and add them together. 8, 15, 9, 10, 11, remember your 1, 12, 5, 6, 7, and 2. So our answer here is 27,258. Well done if you got that. If you didn't, can you spot where you made the mistake? It's often with forgetting about the zeros. Okay, one last one for you. This time I'll set up the grid for you, but I'll leave you to do the partitioning and calculation yourself. 563 times 72. Here's your grid with your multiplication. Hundreds, tens, ones. Tens and ones down the side as well. Okay, off you go. Pause the video and see how you get along. Right, here's your answers for you. You're partitioning 560 and 3. Over here we've got 70 and we've got 2. So 563, 72. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 60, 120. 2 times 500, 1,000 or 1,000, you could think of it. 7 times 3 is 21, so 70 times 3 is going to be 210. 7 times 6 is 42. Both of them are tens. So 70 times 60 will be 4,200. 7 times 5 is 35. So 70 times 500 is going to be 35,000. There's your 3 zeros you can see to remind you. Let's add them together. 35,000, 4,200, 210. Okay, that's the first one from here. And this underneath one is easy, let's just pop it down, 1,126. Okay, let's put them together for our final step. 39,410, add 1,126. Remember to carry your 1 there and add it back on at the end. Your total answer is 40,536. Now that you've had some practice using the grid method, you're hopefully feeling more confident with this, and you can go and find some more problems online. You could ask an adult to create some for you, you could create your own, or you could create some and challenge your adult to see if they can complete them themselves. I hope you found the video useful, enjoy the challenges, and I will see you later. Bye for now.